Welcome back, everybody, to another piece of content. This is Solo Dolo Talks. So, I'm going to be talking about humbleness in the Bible and giving you the scripture and the context of being humble, humbling yourselves, in the sight of the Most High. And I talked about humbleness, humility in my last video. Not my last video, but like a video that I made last week, talking about serving others in humility, humbling yourselves before God. So I want to give you all the scripture of Peter 1, chapter 5, verse 6. It says, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time." Now, what does that verse mean? A lot of us, we long to be glorified, right? In human nature, we want to be celebrated all the time. We want people to kiss up to us sometimes, not all the time, but we like to gain validation and approval from others, right? We long to know that we are significant and to have others know it. You see, that desire is not necessarily wrong because, all natural human desires have some legitimate God honoring purpose and a means to express it properly. In this case, we are made in God's image, and he has built into us the desire to be exalted. You see, the key here is, as a believer, is to pay close attention to what God says about seeking it, seeking to be exalted, right? The Bible teaches us to quit struggling so hard to make it happen and trust the Most High to exalt us at the right time and place as he sees fit, right? The right time and place as he sees fit. You got to remember that the Lord loves us. So let him be in charge of bringing us glory. And see, Jesus showed us how to do that. Philippians 2 reminds us that Jesus is God, and yet when he came to earth, he made himself nothing. Instead, he became a servant to all. Then, at the right time, the Father elevated Jesus to the highest position. Peter echoes that idea in the following verse. Why are we so afraid to put on humility toward other believers? Why does it bother us to live in submission to other people? We are afraid of becoming insignificant. We're afraid of going unrecognized, of making ourselves nothing. As used in Scripture, humility does not mean weakness or self-hatred. It means a proper appreciation of how we are in relationship to God. It also means strength under control. As C.S. Lewis said, humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. And Peter reminds us that we are not humbling ourselves under the hand of our human authorities, including the elders in the church. No, we are willingly humbling ourselves under the hand of God. And that's what we need to do. to be exalted, right? When the proper time comes, he will exalt us. And our willingness to serve, to make ourselves nothing, isn't a declaration that we are in fact insignificant. You see, our humility in service is a declaration that our mighty God can be trusted to give us all the glory and recognition that we long for when the time is right. So no matter what position you're in your life, no matter what blessing that you have came across, no matter what gifts the Most High has given you, you have to be humble. There's a time and place to be bold. But when you're really in this walk and you're on this pathway, the narrow path, it's very important to humble yourself. And when you know too much, you don't want to let other people know that you know a lot, that you have all this knowledge and you're puffed up in it. You never want to be braggadocious. You never want to be boastful about the gifts that God has given you and the blessings that you have come into. And that's why I say, on this channel, it's important to move in silence. It's important to win in silence. Work hard in silence. Make your moves in silence. Because not everybody got to be notified of what's going on in your life. It's not necessary. It's important to do the works of the Most High in secret. He will reward you in public. He will definitely reward you in public. But when it comes to being humble in the sight of the Most High, it's your willingness to serve, to make yourself nothing, right? But it's really our humility in serving others that God can say, you know what, I can trust him. I can trust to give him the glory and the recognition. And he won't be boastful about it. He won't be bragging to people about his position, his title. And a lot of people on social media, as you notice, they always brag about a blue check mark. They brag about their likes, their subscriber count. Some of these social media influencers are very vain. They're always talking about their numbers. They're always talking about their likes, the blue check mark, how much money they make, how much they know, right? Their positioning in the world. The Most High is not impressed. He's not impressed with those people because they're not humble. They don't know when to humble themselves. And they don't practice humility. And it's very important to practice humility, serving others. And a perfect example of that is to give to the homeless without a camera. Okay, don't record yourself blessing a homeless person with money. Don't ever do that, because that's going to reveal the true intentions of your heart. You know what I'm saying? That your intentions were not pure when you put that camera on, you recorded yourself giving to the homeless. No, do that without the camera. You don't need to record giving money or food or drink to the homeless. Do that in secret, because no matter what, the Lord is looking upon that, and he's going to be impressed by that. That's humility. That's serving other people. You don't need that recognition. You're doing that in the kindness of your own heart. And that's something that God will reward you for. So with that being said, as the scripture is stated, Peter 1, chapter 5, verse 6, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. So keep that scripture in your heart, man. Ponder on that. Thank you all for tuning in to another piece of content. And as always, stay blessed. This is Solo Dolo Talks. Thank you all for watching, and I'm out. Peace.